Hi, my name is Cempaka Amali binti Mahazi. My metric number is DE190193. I will presenting about bus bar coupling between MSB1 and MSB2. The reason why we need to do bus bar coupling between MSB1 and MSB2 because maybe there is fault occur or for maintaining purpose. First of all, we need to do maintenance at MSB1. We need to turn off the ACB in order to do the maintenance. Before that, make sure to turn off the load. Inform the consumer side to get permission to turn off the power supply. Then, turn off the power supply and loads. Not to forget to turn off the power factor capacitor line. To make sure either all have turned off or not, check the current status at ammeter. The read should be at 0A since it didn't give any supply to the load. After that, turn off the ACB by push the off button. As the result, the bus bar will de-energize. Refer to the indicator light that only lights on the main supply from the isolator transformer. Next, turn off the power supply from the isolator. As the result, MSB1 will fully de-energize. Next, take out the ACB for maintaining process. Use handler to take out the ACB. Turn the handle anti-clockwise until the isolated position. Finally, take out the ACB to do the maintenance. As precaution, pull the signage to notify everyone that this MCB is in maintenance.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Anas bin Muhammad Ghazali and my metric number is CE200109. Now I will continue on explaining about MSB1 and MSB2 coupling. Okay, as my groupmate explained before, the sign was put here because the MSB1 is need to be maintenance. So when the MSB1 is off, the load 1 here will not be supplied by current. So the consumer might need to use some device. So we need to supply this load with MSB2 while MSB1 is being maintenance. Okay, so first of all, we need to take keys at the ASB here. There is a key there. Switch it and put it on here. There is 3 slots for keys. Put it in the middle one. And after switching the keys, you will take the first and third keys and put it on the isolator at load 1 and load 2. This is the isolator. There is a key slot there. Same here. Okay, switch on the keys for both of them. Okay, after that, since we are using MSB2 as the supply, so the supply will be first go to the isolator 2, which is at load 2. So that means we must turn on the isolator here first, and after that we will turn on the isolator at load 1. Okay, so turn on the isolator, just switch it, and same as load 1. Switch it. Okay, after that, after turning on the isolator, the bus bar at MSB1 it will light up here. There is two row here. The upper one will be light up, which means that the bus bar is energized, so the load here can be used. Okay, after that, we will ask the consumer whether they are ready to receive supply or not. Okay, if they are ready, first of all, we need to turn on the power factor capacitor down here first. Okay, we turn it on by just pushing it like that. Okay. And after that, we will turn on all the other load. Okay, so by doing that, the load 1 here will be given supply from the MSB2. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for listening on MSB1 and MSB2 coupling.
Hi,
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ainur Maisarah binti Ahmad Faris and my metric number is TE190187. So for this part, I will be presenting on how to turn on the MSB procedure. So let's get started. Before we turn on the MSB, we need to wear the fireproof suit, CW fireproof safety helmet, electrical insulation glove and electrical hazard boot to safeguard our bodies before performing the electrical switching. Prior to the operation of the MSB, a permit must be obtained at least 1 week in advance to warn the consumers that the power supply will be cut off. Once the permit has been authorized, the MSB safety measure must be complete prior to the operation. First, we need to make sure that the fire extinguisher must be located within the LVSB room. The first and chart are then checked. The single line diagram for the system must be also examined, as well as the presence of the rubber mat along the LVSB panel. And for the logbook, we need to make sure that there is there, and then we check for the LVSB history such as the maintenance operation, and then we must bring our tools and equipment associated to the operation that we will doing. To switch on in the LVSB room, there is two MSB which is located side by side. So there is the MSB1 and MSB2. Okay, so for this presentation, I will only focus on the MSB1 because all the procedure in the MSB1 will be repeated at the MSB2. So to switch on the MSB, the outgoing load at here and the ACB must be in off condition, which means that here are off, and the ACB we need to check that it is in off state also. And then once the MSB1 and MSB2 are confirmed in the off position, turn on the incoming supply for the MSB1 from the transformer or the isolator. There is a supply if the main supply indicator at the LVSB are energized. This is the main supply indicator. If it is turned on or energized, it means that there is a supply in the red cable, yellow, also blue. So now we need to connect the ACB to the bus bar. Therefore, we need to ascertain that the ACB is in the off condition. Or the ACB status in the isolated. We can see that under here is the isolated or connect. Therefore, we need to change the isolated status to the connect status. How? We need to open the ACB and then we take the charging handle and we put inside the into the slot. This is the charging handle which located inside the ACB. We need to open this ACB and then we can see there is the charging handle. And then we need to turn it clockwise until this isolated status turn to connect. We need to just turn clockwise until the status isolated turn to connect. And then after the ACB gently insert into the ACB current, and then the position of the ACB from the isolated change to the connect, the charging handle is replaced back into the compartment and ACB will be connected to the bus bar. The ACB must be turned on in order to provide the power to the bus bar. As a result, the coil must be charged by pulling up and down the charging lever. This is the charging lever. We need to pull it up and down like this until the uncharged here turn to charge condition. After we charge the ACB, we turn it on by pressing the on button here while standing on the rubber pad for the safety. The ACB has been turned to the on position here, and then the bus bar indication has been activated here. Has been activated. That is mean that the consumer's power supply is ready to be supplied. Before we turn on the MCCB and distribute it to the end user, customer must be notified in order to avoid any complication. So first, we need to turn on the power factor capacitor at here, which located under here, to make sure that the profit regulator can monitor the system power factor, and then turn on all the outgoing load, which is here. We need to make the off condition. We must make sure that from the off condition change to the on condition for all of the outgoing loads. And then lastly, the MCCB turn on. The present state of the system may verify via the digital monitor on the MSB, and if there is any message or the increment can be purposely by reading at this monitor. Okay, so MSB1 is already activated and provide the power to the consumer. So for the MSB2, we repeat the step 4 until 13 to turn on the MSB2. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Mustaqim, and I will present about normal supply restore. Okay. The process to restore the normal supply, first we must tell to the consumer that we want to restore the power supply. First, we must turn off all the load and the power factor capacitor bank, and make sure the power factor capacitor bank is the last one to turn off. And after that, we can check the current. At MSB1, that should be 0. After that, turn on the isolator at the C1 isolator C1 from MSB1, and the power supply not light up. And then we turn off the isolator C2 from MSB2. And take out the key and put the put the isolator C2 key to the MSB1, and take the isolator key C1 and put at the MSB1. Next, we take out the SCB key and put it at SCB, and we turn the SCB key clockwise until the indicator at unlock position, and the SCB will be in isolated position. After that, we must give the MSB1 main supply. As we can see here, the main supply will light up, indicate there is current flow, and you can check the voltage. After that, we open the SCB and take the handle from the SCB compartment. Rotate the handle clockwise until the SCB indicator at the connect position. Take out and put back the handle inside the SCB compartment. Now the SCB will be discharged and off position. Now we need to turn on the SCB by charge the SCB until it indicate the charge position. Okay, now we turn on the SCB, and we can see the bus bar supply will light up, and we can check the voltage. So the MSB should be ready to feed the load, and turn on the load. But first we must turn on the power factor capacitor bank first, then turn on the other loads. Then we check the voltage. Yeah, we can see the increment from the voltage. Then we wait for a while until the system is stable, and record all the work to the logbook. That's all from me. Thank you.